not think after the first 10 minutes of that game we'd be walking in with a W. They had been playing really good basketball. They'd gone to Purdue and lost by just a few earlier in the year. They just beat Minnesota and beat Minnesota at home. Gave Ohio State everything they could handle. So, and now they're playing zone defense, which we hadn't seen since some of us were in Hawaii. I think Chaminade might have played a little bit, and so did the first two teams. So I was very concerned about this game, trying to replicate what they were doing, because it's not traditional Syracuse type of zone. They follow some cutters, they do some things, and it punched us in the mouth at the beginning, and it took us a while to get used to it. So really pleased that we came back and we made some shots, but our this whole game, this whole press conference should be about our defense. It was exceptional. I don't want to get into rating against others, but I told our guys it's as good as we played right now, and it had to be. In the first half, we're up 2 at half. Are you kidding me? We didn't make shots, we didn't make foul shots, but we held them, and that was the key to the win.
Mike, you want to start us off?
Yeah, Coach, with how the offense did struggle in the first half, was there an extra emphasis on, like, we need to lock down on defense until the offense does?
No, I think they know that. They know that. But it was, you know, I know that we made a couple threes, we're making some foul shots there. Maybe we could have got away from them a little bit, but no, it was. They know that now it is officially. Our next game is in February. I actually called this a February game because usually we have 8 games in February, and now we got 8 games left. Or 7 games left, so they're all in February. So I said that February games now is where you're going to make your season. And coach their hearts a little bit. We need player-led teams, but defensive teams are the ones that win right now.
Max?
Chris Collins said a few minutes ago, it's not too often Michigan wins a 58-47 game. I'm wondering what that feels like on your end.
I never pay attention to the score probably till it's over. I was looking at more of like an 11-point game. But as I said, we really locked down and guarded some people today. Mo did a tremendous job on part, just did a tremendous job. And he's had his way with some people. But we have to do a better job in the post, and I think we've probably done a really good job at times and a bad job at giving Mo help. But heck with it, Mo, you don't need help. Just go guard him, get it done. Don't let him get the ball. When he does make him fight for every inch instead of waiting on help.
Chris?
How critical is it to have a guy like X with that on-the-ball defense?
Yeah, I mean, McIntosh, as we know, we've seen him have really good games against us. And so just X out there. And I thought Eli did a good job, and then when we went a little bigger lineup, Muhammad did a good job. It's nice when you can have those guys step up and guard a player with McIntosh's talent. He had some turnovers, he only had a couple assists, and he did a great job. And Charles did a great job on Law. I thought Duncan Robinson did a wonderful job as well. So he was really, I know he didn't make any shots. Our offense was running smoother, and he was really doing a good job on defense.
Andrew?
Coach, I'm wondering what recommendations or suggestions, if any, you make to players for their individual defense in the offseason.
Oh man, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think in the offseason they got to be incredibly committed. I do know that we used to take the summertime and didn't do any defense because we felt they'd forget it so quickly it was a waste of time. But if you give them offensive drills to do, but we don't do that right now. We feel there's got to be residual effect. But defensively, it's hard. They got to understand if they're going to win pickup games, right? They got to play defense. But I don't think the summertime will ever. I can't imagine myself them having that importance to defense in the summertime. If we got guys, maybe Zach Novak probably did, right? But very rarely do you have guys that will put that type of emphasis in. Now, quickness with John Sanderson, things like that, yes.
And then Coach Collins was saying, Mo in particular, he thought his post defense looked a
it
lot
was great.
better than last year. I guess
It was great. Guarding Haas is just like a whole different. It's just very difficult. All these years, I've never seen anything like it. And so that is not who he is. At the same time, it was really good on Parton. Parton is a really good player. They're the same age. Both of them are juniors. And he did a wonderful job on it.
Mark?
Charles Matthews said that the biggest adjustment he's made in conference play is his shot selection. How have you seen his decision-making offensively change?
Yeah, I want him to hunt. But there's certain shots that you hunt that just aren't, they're tough twos, and they're just not good analytically, and it's proven they're not good shots to take. And so I want him, but at shot clock times, then he's got to really hunt. But I think that sometimes he's still learning, well, I'm in a ball screen or I'm doing things. I got to look at the basket, but I also, when people come in, right, I don't think did he have a turnover? He didn't have a walk today. A lot of those issues were getting him. But I get in there, when I have people on me, he had 6 assists at Purdue. That was a monumental move for him to be able to see that and score some points. So but he's still got to hunt shots. He's got to be a guy that's out there. He's got to be a wolf for us.
Nick?
I think you guys had a couple stretches where you had 4, 5, 6 stops in a row tonight. Like 3 years ago, you guys were struggling to get like 2 in a row.
Yep.
And I know that, there's more emphasis new coaches, you guys can change rosters and everything else, but how much of it really dates back to maybe like, after like 3 years ago, you saying, like, we can't be like this defensive anymore, and how much now do you emphasize?
No, I do think, I think there's certainly a shade more emphasis in practice that I sort of gave up just saying, okay, I want advice and really have someone be the voice of it. It's all Luke thinks about, where I would be thinking 50-50. I'm thinking about it as well, but I let Luke think about it more, and he gives us some great ideas. But I also think this is very personnel-driven and mindset-driven. Charles likes to guard people. We know Xavier does. Mohammed has always been able to do it, so there's some pride there. At the other positions, we're still developing, but we have to.
Brendan?
For a guy who likes to let him rip, what are you seeing developmentally from Jordan in terms of making an extra pass?
Yeah, if you look at his assist numbers, they're not pretty. Yeah, how many did he have tonight?
3.
He had 3. So that is is that 50% more than he had in his college lifetime? So this is it. I mean, we're going to get him more assists, and we're going to get Isaiah to the foul line somewhere pretty soon. But we keep talking to them about it, but it's just not going to happen. But for him to get those assists, this is huge for him. So we will celebrate it. We'll celebrate it like we'll celebrate Xavier just going to the line and knocking 2 in. But that's the next step for him. But his defense, Jordan Poole's defense right now, and was not good in October or November. It is really coming out. He's starting to understand him. He's a pretty bright kid, and he gets that. And he also understands that I'm going to play defense and take care of the ball, or I'm not going to play.
And is it difficult to, a guy that you're looking for the offensive spark from him to also say, but at the same time, you have to make sure you're looking for the extra.
Oh yeah, he gave it. I was mad at him when he didn't. He had a couple open shots, and he tried to move the ball quickly. So he started to understand that, but it's not going to be perfect yet. But you can see he just does things that we can't teach. Right? That when he got that one layup, I said, "How did he get there?" It was just a little chefy, almost like old school stuff, where he just changes gears and he gets to where he wants to get to.
Over here, John.
Coach Collins went out of his way to praise your defense. That when you started to score more against theirs, it came on some runouts and when they weren't set. Did you see it that way?
Well, their turnover numbers, I think Gabe might have been different. I don't know how many points we had on turnovers. I don't look at this like you guys do, but I think we had some. And because our defense really we just need to get the ball in the basket a couple times, and that happened out of some runouts that we had. So we got to continue to push the ball. I think a big part is this team is leading the conference. I think one of the tops it was tops of the conference in offensive rebounding percentage. We're the top in defensive rebound percentage. I think we might have won that war today. That we didn't let them get there, but if you're rebounding like Mo was getting rebounds none of us have ever seen him get. And now we got to get him outletting like John Teskey a little bit better, so that we really can take advantage of that.
Greg?
6 games now with Isaiah in the starting lineup. Are you satisfied with kind of what you're getting with him starting with that starting group out there?
Yeah, I think that he has really made some great strides in understanding what his role is on that defense. I liked him coming off the bench just because I knew that he could watch the game for a little bit, but there's no question right now he's a starting point guard. He's doing a great job with it, and we love his energy and the way he approaches the game. I think he's okay. He took a heck of a shot in that. It looked like a legal screen too. It looked like he just didn't see it. We needed a 5-man to tell him the screen was coming, but he's been really embraced this role of being the guy, the quarterback out there a little bit more. Because as you know, in high school he was more of a he was scored a lot too. That's not happening a great deal right now. He'll score, but he needs to find others.
And what about Livers in the starting lineup with him since Michigan State?
Yeah, oh, and that's without doubt. Today, it was just as a zone team, right? And I just had a hunch that Duncan was gonna make 3 or 4 in a row, and it didn't, it was a bad hunch. But Isaiah Livers, and he goes 1 for 1, and he got a higher percentage. I'm a heck of a coach, right? But he really, Duncan knows what we were running. And today against that game, I would take that hunch because he keeps the ball moving. Isaiah's still processing all the stuff we were trying to do. So I'd rather have a guy out there that could make everybody else better. But Isaiah right back in there and probably playing 20 to 30 again coming up this Saturday.
Take a couple more, we'll go Noah and then Nick.
I was going to ask about Xavier's injury, so you already answered.
Nick, with John, in the last minute, they went to foul like 3 minutes to go,
Yeah.
something like that, and you left Xavier in.
Right.
I mean, have you thought about?
Well, I didn't know they were going to foul yet, right? That was 3 minutes ago. That's really early. And when he made the first, I was taking him out if he missed the first 2. And then we were going to go with Jordan. We sort of have a plan there. And so had him inbound the ball late, right? And if you're in Ohio, it means he's inbounding the ball, right? And so we're making adjustments there. But he made the first 2. It's like, is he ever going to make them if I never have him in there? So it's like, he made the first 2, all right, let's roll with it. Missed the next 2, okay, you had your chance. Get out of there and let's get somebody else in there. So but we're working at it. But Jordan Poole's he's an exceptional foul shooter, as is Muhammad, as is Duncan. So we're trying to get those 3 in there. And we had a little bit different press breaker to make sure our 3 best foul shooters always had the ball.